Och det är exakt, jag känner mig så dum.
I really enjoy Sweden. I enjoy Sweden in the sense of I find the nature side of things really beautiful.
Yes.
Politics not so much, but I mean there's many things to say maybe about the politics side of things and race side of things. But however, apart from that, I do enjoy Sweden. At least playing at least anyway, because the crowd is. We were joking about this before. Like the crowd is quite like French, in the sense that they'll be like they'll look at you and they'll be like, I'm going to give you 6 songs. And if I don't like these 6 songs, I'm not going to be into it for the rest of the set. For those who obviously do not know me, my name is Sherelle. I'm a jungle footwork, Duke, 160 and above DJ. And that's just basically anything that kind of encompasses, for me at least anyway, like rave culture. But it's kind of a transatlantic kind of relationship with music, because obviously I'm from the UK, I'm from London, East London to be precise, and Walthamstow. So Walthamstow has a massive history with like the rave scene, especially in like the when I was born in the early 90s, and there has just been a natural innate thing to be obviously a part of like that side of music. And then the other side of the genres that I like represent and like want to always play are like footwork and juke, and they're always like up tempo. Similar relationship as well with the people who are making the music. Black people via the UK, or black people via Chicago. So it's nice, obviously, also championing black music in that sense, and that's something that is intrinsically within. And yeah, that's pretty much it really. I've been doing it for quite a long time, since like 2014. I came up through Represent Radio. Through Represent Radio, went to BBC and did quite a few shows there. Did a residency, and now every so often I'm on like Radio 6 and stuff. And had an infamous boiler room once upon a time. It was like really good and featured a lot of my like friends and stuff, in which captured a beautiful moment between friends that ended up going viral, and then essentially like this is why I've got the career that I've got today basically.
Sherelle, are you fucked? Are you mad? Let's do that again. Boiler Room London, your time.
Yeah. How have you met like the boiler room thing? How did you manage to like? Yeah.
I didn't manage it maybe in the first year, and then also I feel like it's something you still kind of process, if that makes sense, even if it is like so much time after, because you see the moment with every year, you see it in a different light every time, and I think it's obviously less pressure now. But then there are elements to it. You're like, wow, that really did happen.
Yeah.
Mad. And you're like, I don't know, you're sitting on a plane and you're like, oh, I'm so tired. How did we get here? Just drinking.
We went to All Points East last year. All Points East, baby.
Yes.
Just by accident.
That's so funny.
And like we did not like have anything planned or nothing. So we met Fa on the train, and she's gonna play here in 10 minutes, and we got some tickets. We stumbled across your set.
Yeah.
We just like, oh, what the fuck is this like? And it had really cool like lights and stuff.
Oh, well, yeah, it's an amazing stage. It's the BBC
yeah.
BBC 6
yes.
music stage. Yeah, it was a good vibe that day, just because of the fact that I think that All Points East is like a really good festival, but then also what Six Music do in the UK and then also internationally as well is like a really nice thing. They almost feel like a community radio station, even though they're a part of like a national, huge national radio organisation. So it's like super nice to be on it, and then obviously super nice to have like support via a lot of the like Six Music DJs, whether it be like Marianne Hobbs or Damone or like Tom Ravenscroft or like Jam Supernova, who I've known for like a lot of years. Similar backgrounds in the sense of like being on the radio station back in the day, Represent Radio. yeah, All Points East is just sick. So I'm really happy actually that you came in for that moment. That
Yeah,
was
we had, like,
that was
no
a genuine
idea.
moment though of like
Yes.
that's what London festivals are like if they're at their very best,
Yeah,
basically.
I'm a bit curious on
Yes.
like where the do you find your music?
In terms of me getting my music, Bandcamp obviously, and then just making sure I kind of cover stuff in which, like, I don't know, like back in the day I just knew artists in which weren't popular at the time, but like now they are, or like now they are within the scene and they do like they go and do lots of clubbing, or they are regular DJs on the scene and the circuit. I think you just have to research your music and you have to start from the very core of like who is the biggest person in the scene and then work your way down. So for me, Bandcamp, obviously. Bandcamp's really good and you're supporting people from the get-go. Also, if like you don't have money, it is what it is. If you have to get your music in other ways, get your music in other ways. That's all I'm saying. Do you know what I mean? Like, I did that. I didn't have the money to buy people's music per se, but I hoped one day I would be able to repay them via certain ways and stuff like that and whatever. I think that content and creating content can be quite jarring. And I think also if you're a smaller artist, in the algorithm that we've got at the moment, how on earth do you pop off? How on earth do you get through and cut through the noise that everyone's doing? Do you know what I mean? I've noticed that actually the algorithm-wise, by posting those pictures, the algorithm's looking better for me because it's what they want, a face and a background and a clean background. I literally go to Snappy Snaps in Dalston. I ask for a passport picture, so they always look at me being like, why is she coming for the 14th time asking for a passport picture? But I just find it really fun to see like what my face looks like, because it also shows like, am I stressed? Have I slept? You know, like it's all these like various different things in which passport pictures are very real, and most people either hate their passport picture or really like their passport picture because their previous passport picture was shit. So I'm going through that motion as well of like accepting like I look like me in many different ways basically. So yeah. So me and my friend, my really good friend Naina, we started the label just because we went back to back one time for the Prodigy.
Yeah.
And we got chosen by the Prodigy, or at least Represent Radio, which was like around the corner from Brixton Academy. The Prodigy asked Represent if we could do get some support DJs, and we were put together by our station manager Adrian. Because of that, we DJed together. The back-to-back went super well, and we came up with Hoover Sound then. Like, we literally looked at each other and went, we've got the same music taste, what the fuck is going on? Do you want to do a label? And then that was it.
You ended, like the last thing you said was trans lives for fucking ever, which was a great way to end the set.
The space that I feel like trans people have in the dance music industry, considering they're a huge part of the reason why we even have this music in the first place, is too little. They deserve their money to like be ran to them, in the sense of like clubs, in the sense of like the music that's been stolen, in the sense of like anything that's just been stolen or it hasn't been given to them in the right way, run their checks. Do you know what I mean? And I think for me, I hope, obviously as a queer person, as a queer cis person, to be working with more like trans and like non-binary people to like make sure that they're also having an equal and level playing field in comparison to I am. Just because of the fact, like I said, I get booked quite often, but actually it would be really nice if there was more trans and non-binary artists within the scene that we have, more representation, more visibility. And at the moment, I just feel like in certain countries, especially in the UK, especially in the US, there's some nasty, disgusting vitriol that's just going against them. Their life is already dangerous as it is. It doesn't need to be put in any more danger. That's the be all and end all. People are just trying to live their lives. No one's evil. No one's got any mental health issues. That's it. So I hope that obviously anyone that was listening when I said that last bit got it, understood it, knew what I stood for. If it ruined the moment, I was like, oh well, God forbid, they can go fuck themselves. I'm not about no turfs or anything like this. Do you know what I mean? Like. So for me at least anyway, I was like playing to like no one, literally no one for time, and then because of one little video moment, all of a sudden I'm able to like travel the world via the music in which people, it was told to me that people wouldn't be appreciative of this music, or this music would only go so far. You just have to be persistent with anything you do, and if you believe in yourself and you believe that you've got the source, then you carry that source with you and you keep doing what you need to do, because there's always space for what you do basically. I think that's my only advice. It's like never, it's like not, I don't want to say like don't give up, because that's like kind of dead and like a bit moist, but like if you know that if you know you're a bad bitch, then own it and run with it. Thank you. I'll give this back.
Can you tell från micken igen och bara berätta om det här stålvarv. Can you tell the crowd about this release?
It's very funny. I've just been given my first release. 160 It's been handed to me, but by my favorite, one of my favorite Swedes, and yeah, I said jokes to see it in person.
So good. Yeah, it's so good.
Thank you. I made this because I was a bit anxious. It's not actually supposed to be a happy song. It sounds happy, but it's not underlyingly. It's not supposed to be happy.
I always buy the black vinyl, and it's from your Bandcamp. Right? Yes.
Yes. That was right.
Thank you for everything.
I want you to let this dry.